Conscious Collaboration brings together entrepreneurs, change makers, and thought leaders. We aim to highlight the people that embody the idea of aligned mind, body, and business. Each week, we share, discuss, and learn from the various experiences and ideas of our guest experts. Through our discovery, we find a path to an aligned mind, body, and business.
What up, y'all? I'm Emily.
And I'm Lisa, and we are the Conscious Collaboration. What up, Emily?
What up? What's good?
Oh, everything. Hope everybody listening is good. Everything's good. Everything is just flowing so well, which I'm surprised this time of year how things are still flowing.
Don't be surprised. Just let it roll. Roll with it.
Letting it roll. Yeah, it's
let it be
fun.
Easy.
Yes, let it be easy. I know we were, I think our last I Ching energy update we had started to talk about the yin time of the year, the yin season. And yet there's still some momentum going. I see it in my life, in my space, in my surroundings, and I see it in you too as you're coming towards the close of a cycle in preparation for your competition this Saturday.
Yeah, well, there's so many factors involved, and just because something's kind of supposed to be yin season, quote unquote, other things play into that environmental energy. And if it's something else besides yin and you want to take advantage of it, then you got to go with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me, I'm on extra carbohydrates today in particular, so I'm really not feeling the yin energy.
Fair warning to everybody.
Watch out, she's on carbs.
She's on carbs. I like to witness you on carbs. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun here.
I'm normally on carbs. That's a normal human state of being, but in peak week we do little things.
Different stages.
Yeah.
So on that point, I thought it'd be fun for us to do another energy check-in and update and see where we are. I think it would be helpful for everybody. It feels like we've turned some sort of a corner. Lots of activity. So no matter when you find this, it's the right time for you. But as we're recording, we came through, was it 2 eclipses and
coming up on 11/11 portal.
All these things. So, which we hear are a big deal. So it's good to check in with ourselves. And just in any case, we can direct our energy in the best use possible.
Yeah, I think it's great to just put some context to it,
Right. Exactly. So let's do that. I encourage you, Emily, and anyone listening at home to write down on a piece of paper, put this on pause if you have to come up with what is your intention setting as you're listening to the I Ching guidance, which I will be starting momentarily. Make sure.
My toxic trait is I never write anything down.
That's fine. If you did, I encourage you to write it in cursive.
Yes, but if I did,
you would. In your mind, I can see
my brain thinks in cursive. I am
right.
certain. Or maybe your
personality is
wingdings.
Yes, exactly. You are your own language. Yeah. Your own characters. For all those Geminis out there, we see you.
We see you.
Yes. Want to hear from all the Geminis too, my fave. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you have your intention written down, keep that in mind as we're going through this I Ching reading, and try not to go into 100 different directions. Emily, I'm talking to you.
We're focusing
Which one? The one intention. Make sure you're fully hydrated and present. If it helps for you to be grounded and sit on the floor, that might help, or have both feet on the floor. Light a candle if you desire, to help reinforce that intention. So I'm going to ask. Eat a potato? Grounding. You could eat a potato, a beet. earthy vegetables.
Could be like the Kardashian imitation reels that we watch.
Oh gosh, I
where
love
they
those.
always have like an object in the martini glass. Have a
Yes,
potato in the martini glass.
that guy is great. What's his name? I would give him
I don't
credit if I
know.
could remember
Kim
his name.
Kardashian.
Begins with a B. Yeah.
I wish we had a specific person on our podcast staff to be like the internet looker upper, but I'm gonna. I don't know. I can't even search him if I don't know what his name is.
I know I think it begins with a B. So if it comes up, it'll come up. Bromine? Nope. That's
like part of the periodic table. Nothing. Bromelain. Nothing even remotely.
We'll give him a shout out in the
to-
description if we can, but yeah, for reference, you could probably put Kim Kardashian or Kardashian impersonator.
Oh, let's try it.
Okay,
Kardashian's funny parody.
There's so many.
He's got to come up. There's so many. There's literally so many, but he's got to be on here. While you shuffle, I will try to find this man.
Okay, I'm going to state our intentions. What is the general energy surrounding our specific intentions right in this moment as we are tuning in to the conscious collaboration? And what do we need to know moving forward to gain better clarity and ease on our life path journey? And thank you. So I'm looking for 2 energies to present.
There's the girl.
She's great too.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy currently around our intentions at this time are diverging interests, which is fire above and lake below.
Okay.
Ooh. And then moving forward, the energy is of humility. So it's hexagram number 38, shifting into hexagram 15. And Emily, I'll show you the artwork. You've seen these before.
Okay.
You're going to be an expert in the I Ching soon.
You think?
Yeah.
I can't find him. I guess it wasn't meant to be right now.
We'll bring it up. We'll drop it in the description if we find it.
It looks like
diverging
like
interest.
a succulent chia pet.
Oh, diverging interest. That's Emily's intuitive. That's what she's picking up on it. It's fire above and lake below. And then it's shifting into humility. You've seen this before. I like this image.
That's the rose beneath the concrete, the rose that grew from the concrete.
Earth above.
That's a Tupac poem. But that's what it looks like because it's got the little. Is it a rose?
It does look like a rose in the earth and the mountain, or you see that as concrete. Humility. And what this describes for us, so keeping in mind your intention that you wrote down, preferably in cursive. Try not to get Emily, just scroll through your mental bank of what you wrote down. So diverging interest is the energy around this intention. It talks about there being some level of estrangement being indicated. So, for example, when brothers and sisters choose partners and marry, they often grow apart since their allegiances are prioritized with their new families. Though they remain close enough to deal with problems and interests related to their original family, they are less likely to undertake great projects together. Simply put, when you grow apart, even for the most natural reasons, their points of view, values, interests, and schedules are diverging. This is interesting coming out of talking about boundaries in the episode previously.
Boundaries. And I mean, it's a big season for, change. And because of that means separations. Lots of separations. And that doesn't just mean like people, romantic breakups, but separations from jobs, friendships, clients, whatever, habits, beliefs, systems, entities, whatever. It's we did the episode on, the 9 and the change and the transformation, and that just comes along with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there is
Separation, diverging energies. Yeah.
Yeah, diverging interest is a good thing because it brings in different knowledge and wisdom. If you think about that, there's difference in experiences that's not stagnant, that's continually moving and forming and reforming. So opposition can be healthy, like healthy competition. That's considered very good fortune, and there's still positive outcomes for even relationships or projects in that nature when there's that healthy competition and enrichment in that matter. When diverging interests make a situation feel stuck or stagnant or futile, there's always creative possibilities or inherent polarities to evaluate to help navigate through that. There's always the interplay of yin and yang. And we were just talking about being in the season of yin, being in fall, very quiet and internal. But if we can understand there's neither good nor bad inherently in either of these sides, and understand these diverging interests can be nourishing to the other side in some way. There's a way to navigate through even something that feels stagnant, stuck, or futile. So
that is a way to navigate through something that feels stagnant, is to change something.
Yeah. Each, the yin and the yang, if you can see the Tai Chi symbol in your mind, has that little dot, the little seed of the other in the crux of the energy. So within the side that's fully black, there is the light within, and then vice versa. So if opposition has its roots in issues of principle, you must hold on to your integrity and your individuality. Let go of vulgar or self-absorbed people who do not share your values. With both people and companies, one measure of stature is the quality of one's competition. So we focus a lot on collaboration, naturally, the conscious collaboration, and having that awareness of self and discernment of others. But when you think about it in terms of the measure of stature is the quality of one's competition.
Well, and, being the Gemini that I am, I think that competition and collaboration can exist in the same situation. They can coexist.
Be healthy. Yeah, it can be very healthy and stir like a seed in the other.
I mean, like, for example, for a very concrete example, I'm participating in a literal competition this weekend, but at the same time, there's people that I'll be standing on stage next to and technically competing against, who have also been collaborating with, because this is like we're in this together kind of thing, because it's not really, the competitive element that matters so much. So both can coexist at the same time.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, you can learn from that for sure. You can have admiration in a healthy way for your competition. And yeah, you're right. You could also be collaborators at the same time. Diverging interests are helpful. For example, Emily, if we're looking at our collaborative projects, if we didn't have our diverging interests, we wouldn't be as rich in our understanding of a lot of things.
Right. Well, that's the outcast analogy again, and which brings me to what we were kind of talking about a little bit before we recorded, in that really the key to attracting your ideal collaborators, your people, is self-development, that personal mind-body integration, so that in whatever environment and opportunity to collaborate and or compete you show up in, you know, you're showing up as the most authentic version with the most you know, of your gifts to bring to the table in that situation.
Yeah, you know, as you're talking, I was just thinking to myself, how many times do we hear people, whether they're inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective or within our friend groups or show up to the studio, that they say they've been seeking their like-minded people. But on the same token, like, that's just one part of the thing that you should be seeking when you're looking for your collaborators. It's to look for the people that have the diverging interests, um, the differences and the diversity as well too.
And again, I would argue, like, not even really seeking collaborators at all. You're not seeking outside. Just like, you know, you would talk about this in interpersonal relationships, not dealing with business. You know, always if you feel like what's around you or who's around you is not in alignment, the place that you turn is not actually outward. You don't seek. You make yourself better.
Right.
So that like energy attracts like energy, so that your powers of discernment naturally improve along with, you know, all the self-development things that you can do. But like I said, if you notice that you're who or what is around you is not in alignment, the first place to turn is back to yourself. All right, how can I make myself better? Because if I make myself better, then the energy around me changes.
It'll just go away.
Not I need to find.
Right.
I need to find.
Right. Right.
Because that sort of takes it into like forcing it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think there's a difference between seeking versus setting intentions for
Being open to, but
having that
still
awareness.
having the focus not be on like searching for something, but
Right.
on making yourself better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Whatever
true.
way
I mean,
that is, whether that's mind, body, education, you know, well, that's mind, whatever. Whatever the case may be, that's how you attract your people.
Yeah. They just show up. It's true. Every time.
Every time.
So this energy that we're in is really unstable. There's lots happening around it. There's lots of change lines. There's only one that's not changing. So from the top to the bottom, from the heaven to the universe, to the earth, is completely shifting.
Yeah.
It's cautioning on the earthly interpersonal area to let go by letting small disputes resolve themselves and let the other person come back around of their own accord. So again, you know, not putting too much energy into anything. And we talked a lot about that in setting boundaries in that discussion, reflecting back. Getting involved and putting your energy into too many petty disputes will drive you further from your goal. And in the end, reconciliations are just not going to happen in that energy. It is cautioning against negative people who perhaps have forced themselves upon you, perhaps through a misunderstanding. And in this case, if you were to try to actively intervene, it would probably cause hostility and more problems. So
yeah. So
and
see, more reason to just be
more
cool
reason.
and work on yourself.
Let things attract and fall away.
Just let things come to you. They will. They will.
So it's changing quickly. It's talking about enduring the circumstances until they eventually dissolve on their own. And the disgruntled will move on by their own choice.
The disgruntled will move on.
Somebody
Yeah,
disgruntled.
I
Is there
mean,
someone disgruntled around
it's
here?
pretty Buddhist, right? Just let things be. All
Yes.
things will settle themselves. Just
The disgruntled will.
let that person be.
Yeah, we were talking the other day. Oh my gosh, yesterday we were talking, Emily, about air signs, and it was like a year ago, but it was yesterday.
I just saw you.
But talking about an air sign and the quality of air signs being able to like disappear right in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to have that, just breezy, disengage, let everything else
Mm-hmm.
implode on itself. Does that resonate
Mm-hmm.
with anything that's going on?
Detach. Mm-hmm.
Detach.
Nope, don't want any part of that.
So, in that breath, as we're on the topic of interpersonal relations, if there's anyone that you're having misunderstandings, it's going to be not the best time for you to get together with them. It's best just to let it be an accident when you get back together, and be open to each other's truth. And I think to that point too, like make sure each other knows each other's truth in that. Everything, it might feel at this time, because of all of these change lines, it might feel a little bit of Murphy's Law, feeling like, everything that has gone wrong could go wrong. And feeling like maybe the universe or world or society is conspiring against you. I think most of us that are tuned in to this podcast and our conversations, we're not of that mindset, I think.
No, but it's always good to have a reminder, because those tower moments, and when it's time for things to fall away, that shit can get pretty rough.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
can. But remember, if you know about it and you always come back to that place of, this is making room for something else, like this doesn't feel good, but whatever this has to be cleared away for the better thing.
if you feel like bad luck has just been coming at you from every angle, this is the time, it says, to partner up with someone who has better luck. So really just hitch in your wagon to someone already headed in the direction, because good fortune returns in the end, and we know that. It's just temporary. So if you find yourself in a group that, it could be a small or a large group, where you feel like you have little in common, this can cause some seeds of opposition and also feel like isolation to you. And in these circumstances, it's best to find someone that you can connect with deeper than surface level. So it's not about how many people you have in your circle, but how deeply can you trust the ones that you choose to interact with. So this would be the time to collaborate, even if it's with less of a circle, a good friend or a partner. Then you can overcome your own inner diverging interests or conflicts. So lastly, it talks about estrangement can arise from failure to clearly perceive the world as it is. And this can look like when someone is overly defensive. They're going to be looking for evidence of everyone and everything being a threat to them and how they perceive the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it might feel like everybody is against them, even their friends. And this is the type of thinking that will lead to isolation. So having this awareness that if you are getting into this mindset, you're probably, it would behoove you to take a step back and realize that you're not clearly perceiving the world as it is.
Work on yourself.
Yeah. And observe, the world more closely without prejudice, and be honest with yourself about possible errors in your own attitude. I think talking to a lot of people out there, I've been there, and I know you just said that like in 10 different ways before we even got to this change line. Those who think well of others tend to think well of themselves. So I think in this instance, as we were talking about doing the inner work, try to find the good things in other people. And that's somewhat of a reflection of yourself.
Well, because the inverse of that, I guess, is like, when they say that anytime someone judges another person on any level, it's actually something like within the person or within yourself, within the person doing the judging that they don't like about themselves, that that all judgments basically are projections.
Yeah, it is. That's true. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. So talking about the forward moving energy and how we proceed with better clarity, and keeping the momentum going towards what we wrote down in terms of our intentions, is owning and embodying the energy of humility, which is earth above and mountain and below. And as Emily described it, the artwork depicts a rose inside of a mountain, or concrete if you want to look at it in that way. It says the most successful people are those who know how to bring situations into balance by reducing those who are too inflated and adding to those who are too minimized. So really striving for balance and stable relationships, not power over others. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So if it's difficult for you to feel humility in a situation, and you're getting into that track of everyone's against you and Murphy's Law, and blah, 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 it's helpful to make a conscious effort to develop a little bit of self-effacing humor about yourself.
Roast yourself.
Roast yourself. Yeah.
Roast yourself. And then work on yourself.
Yeah. Humble people, they're not prey to the illusions that spring from self-importance. So, you're not going to fall victim to anyone who's trying to pull something over you to take advantage of you.
Right. That's like, it's like the Eminem effect in 8 Mile, like where basically it's like checkmate, because he says everything about himself.
Right. Before
that the other dude possibly could have even said.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm white trash or whatever, And the dude's got nothing left to say. So you really actually there's a difference between like shit talking yourself, like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, like I'm no good. It wasn't that he was saying he was worthless or whatever. He was just kind of like picking at any of those, things that somebody could judge him for in a rap battle scenario, and just putting it out on the table for him.
The way that he does it,
well,
or at least as much as I know about him, the way that he does it makes even his competitors or enemies like admire and love him. Like
they're kind of like, damn it,
let's hang out. Can we hang out after this rap battle?
Yeah, it's a likable. Well, because it's authentic.
Yeah, it's just funny.
You're not trying to like front and say like, he's not like, oh, I'm a baller, like I got this and that. He's like, I'm actually not.
Yeah.
I grew up pretty dysfunctionally.
It talks about that. It says, in that example, when you show up in humility, people will be drawn to you and causes you to radiate and exude in all those things that are attracting of your people.
Eminem and his Empress energy.
Oh, he would appreciate that, I think. If we were to give him a tarot card, is that what he would be?
Yeah, the Eminem Empress.
When we get around to designing the deck, that's what.
No, I don't know that we could like rightfully give that to an actual man, but whatever. Tarot is not about gender, I suppose.
Right.
But he was embodying his full divine feminine.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Well, if we hear from him, that, we'll, I'm sure he'll understand. But yeah,
We'll
so,
have him record our intro
ooh,
for sure.
yeah, that would be nice.
Happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Hit us up.
Hit us up.
But I like this. So if anybody has their lens on right now and, in terms of, and Emily, you say it very well, like you don't need to seek your people necessarily, but doing that inner work is what exudes and magnetizes or communicates to everybody.
It can be inner work and outer work, just self work. Mind,
in harmony.
body. I'm all about that outer work. I mean, it's inner and outer, but physical vessel is not any less important.
And reinforcing it in your environment, can be
Mind,
helpful.
Body, space.
Just a big old feedback loop that helps you to get into that energy and moving in the right direction. Shoo.
It's like living in a disco ball.
It is. Ooh, it is like living in a disco ball.
Like those big, like the bubble things that you can get into and then you can like roll.
Yeah.
But it's a disco ball.
I don't want to be in one of those.
I don't either, really.
Yeah.
But it's a fun visual.
Yeah, it is a fun visual. But yeah,
I'm sure one of our friends would be willing to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Volunteer as tribute.
Or has already done that. But with that being said, that's the energy of where we are right now. And that's how we can move forward with better clarity and ease. So I hope that helped to equip people with how to handle any situations that may feel stagnant or stuck or disconcerting. Don't put your energy into anything that's trivial.
Be like Marshall Mathers.
Yeah. Embody Eminem in the humility sense of a way. Competition can be healthy. You can collaborate with it.
Follow us for more spiritual guidance.
Yes. Join us inside of the Conscious Collaboration Collective, our closed and private Facebook group. Find the link provided in the description, and you can learn more about us on Instagram and all the social medias. And thank you for liking and subscribing to us and showing up. We hope to hear from you soon. That it.
Happy 11/11.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, that's it. That'll do it.
Well,
take it away, Lisa.
Thanks for showing up. We'll talk to you in 5.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share with all your friends so they can join our circle of collaboration on this journey. You can find us on Instagram at Conscious Collaboration Podcast, on Spotify, iTunes, and Audible, to name a few. Please join us next time for another deep dive into how you can live life in more alignment, mind, body, and business. Send us your questions and comments in our DMs or email us at consciouscollaborationpodcast@gmail.com. See you in 5 minutes.